Hello? OBS crashed. What was I saying? Alright, yeah, we're back. Alright, so yeah, I mentioned the bed that I needed. I needed a microwave. I got most of the more expensive stuff over and done with. So I think the checklist really is just a mattress. And a microwave. An air fryer, I can't afford that yet. See, I already spent most of my budget on a fridge, on a stove, on a washing machine. And that's really all. Air fryer, maybe like 2 years down the line. Yeah, like a full appliance set. I got really lucky with my fridge because the fridge I was going to get is just going to be like a standard Samsung fridge. And then what happened was that I saw that they had the... I'm not sure what the name of it was anymore, but it's like a Samsung fridge with like a glass door and you can see the inside of it. And normally that fridge is supposed to be like double the price of a regular Samsung fridge. But they priced it wrong. They priced it the same price as the regular fridge, like the glass door one. And so I was talking to the sales guy and I was like, why is it the same price? And he was like, oh, it's not supposed to be like that, but because we already priced it that way, we have no choice. We can't just change it now, right? So I was like, you know what, let me take the upgrade. now I'm gonna get a fridge with a glass door. It's pretty neat. That's my favorite purchase. Why you ask? Because because I was talking to the sales guy. But now it's back to its regular price, but I did get it at like 2 times cheaper. Yep, it's mine now. And then the rest are like standard stuff, like I wouldn't say the cheapest things, but at the same time I wanted it to last for a long time because this, I do believe I'm gonna be living at my new place for at least a decade. This is gonna be like my final destination. I'm not gonna die. Not a movie reference. Don't say that. This is my final destination. I'm gonna be here for a while. Until like I move. Eventually I want to like retire in another country. But this is gonna be like my place. Like my own place. Right? So that's why I don't want to just go with like the cheapest things ever because I need things to last. But at the same time, like it has to be within my budget. So I didn't go with like the cheapest washing machine or whatnot, because I don't want to replace them. So, but most of the things are standard. I was looking at a stovetop. It was like, I couldn't afford this by the way, but it was like the nicest stovetop ever. It was made in Italy. It was made in Italy, and it reminded me of like a steampunk stovetop. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Oh, okay, never mind. We're good. Yeah, it was like a steampunk stovetop. But it was like double the price of everything, and I was like, it's okay. I already have a good fridge. I don't need a better stovetop. Retiring, moving? Yeah, I'm just moving so that I can have my own place now, because I live with a lot of people currently. And I can't keep doing this. Like, I can't keep living at other people's places all the time. So it's finally time I get my own. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate. We got space over here on the other side, plus free healthcare. I live in Canada. I also get free healthcare. But the thing is, I don't really want free healthcare. I'm sorry, I sound so privileged. There's like a lot of downsides with free healthcare, and it's a waiting system. It's a waiting game. I knew several people who needed like care right away, and sometimes they couldn't get it because you would have to wait months sometimes to see a specialist. And once that time comes around, sometimes it's a little bit too late. You want free healthcare? I think the way that the South, our neighbors, do it is like the worst. Because even though you guys don't have free healthcare, right, the prices are absolutely insane. Versus if you live in other countries where some countries don't have free healthcare, but their healthcare is relatively cheap. Like that's I have an experience with this, like with my own family, where my mom needed care right away, and she was living here with me before, but she needed to see a doctor, and she had to wait a really long time. I think it was like months. So she ended up just going back to her own country where she lived, and she was able to see a doctor the next day, and it wasn't even that expensive. It was like a few $100s, and that was it. So this is what I mean by like, free healthcare isn't necessarily the best sometimes. Like if you only need to see a doctor for something that is minor and small, right? I think it's great, but if you need like immediate care, it's going to be difficult because there's a huge lineup in front of you. Having to wait months is crazy. Yeah, it is. You really, really have to plan ahead. Though there is like a downside to like cheaper healthcare, like non-free healthcare but cheaper, is that a lot of the hospitals in some countries are more like they're privately owned, which means that they don't get health records from other hospitals because they're not connected. So you would always have to carry your own health records. So if you give the doctor, like a new doctor, the wrong health records, they're not going to go to another hospital to double check to make sure that all of the like all of your health history aligns, right? They're just going to go by whatever you give them, and sometimes it's not accurate. Finished talking to Papa Clock, and Stepmama Clock walked in, so I talked with her a bit. Oh, okay. That's fun. Talking with family. I haven't done that in a while. Like the conversations I have with Mama, like Mama Ark is just, it's just not. It's usually just, yep, nope. Yup, okay, sure, okay. This isn't a riser gacha, no it isn't. This is art. I haven't been arting for the past 5 minutes. But this is art. I hope this doesn't crash. Yeah, no, it's all online. They just need your consent to retrieve them. It depends on where you live, right? In some countries, yes, it's like that. In some other countries, it isn't. It isn't. We're a bunch of yappers in her family. Why isn't this working? Okay. Oh, my cat wants food. I'm still here though. That's a vibe? I wish I had simple conversation like that. Well, the only reason why I'm able to have a simple conversation like that with my mom is because she's a nagger. She nags a lot. And it's not necessarily a good thing. Because every time she calls me, I just have the immediate expectation that she's going to be nagging about something. And so I end up not responding half the time. Gonna drive home now. Bye. Bye, Septimus. Thanks for hanging out. I want to request a song. I'm on a 2-hour song thing. I wouldn't even call it a playlist. But probably not today, Danish. Probably not today. Because I don't want to switch back. In case the playlist ends up going into another direction, then I would have to unarchive the stream. You're gonna link it on Discord? Okay. What does that mean? We diss that waff? Oh, we did that with Christmas and K-pop. With Christmas and K-pop, I don't. Why do you guys remember these streams more than I do? I don't remember that. Christmas and K-pop. Every time I see K-pop come into my TL or my For You page on Twitter, it's always something very like controversial or concerning, and I'm always wondering if the K-pop fandom is doing okay. Like, I never see any news about like, oh, someone's doing a comeback, here's a new song. It's always like something bad happening, and I'm like, I hate this. Please share me some good news. You remember all the streams? Really? Kiss of Life just had a big controversy. Yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, I didn't even know that this group existed until this controversy. There's like, I'm so removed from the K-pop fandom now that I don't know what's happening. And so whenever I hear about new groups, it's always Something terrible. Oh wow, trash can. Ark! It's me. How you doing? You saw them live in concert. I'm guessing they're pretty new if I don't know about them, but at the same time, like, I don't think I know a lot of K-pop groups, like recent as in like in the past 10 years. I haven't been keeping up. Genshin not doing great either. Genshin's definitely falling off. I think in terms of everything, in terms of like story writing, in terms of character designs, in terms of gameplay, like everything about Genshin is falling off. And I think that's just the nature of the game industry, because if such a popular game like Genshin exists, people are going to make games that are inspired of it and make it better than what it is, than Genshin. So, like, we already have a lot of... I think Genshin was one of the first gacha games to have like an open world exploration. And now we have several gacha games that are like that. Except those games, now, like the competition does it better. Money spent elsewhere, probably new games. They made it back. They don't care as long as it's still profitable, yeah. You can really tell though that Hoyo is pushing more for Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail than Genshin. Like, I'm pretty sure they already know that Genshin's kind of like off the radar for a lot of people. Fuck yes, in the Zone Zero. Does it better and with less greed? I mean, that's just how it is, right? You see a successful game, and you as a game studio is like, we want to make something similar because we can see how profitable it is. But let's survey the players of Genshin to see what they prefer and what they didn't like about Genshin, and let's make our game better than Genshin, but still keep the same elements, like the good elements about it. And I think that's why we have a game like Wuthering Waves. When they first came out, everybody's complaining that Wuthering Waves was too similar to Genshin, right? It was a Genshin clone. And they kept all of the how do I say it? Like the bad elements, the bad gameplay elements of Genshin. And so they're like, oh yeah, that's, you know what? They're right. Players don't want another game like Genshin. They want Genshin but better. So that's what WUA did. That's what Wuthering Waves did. They just created better Genshin. I see new Genshin characters and don't even recognize the game. I don't know what's going on with Genshin anymore. I know they're trying to be more like innovative with some of the designs. But Genshin has a brand, right? Like, I feel like they still need to follow the same scheme. Like, you can totally just look at a character, like any character, and recognize that it's a Genshin character, but once it falls off that, once they stop looking like Genshin characters and it loses its identity, then it's like what are you anymore? It's almost like listening to the players and what they want tends to make a better game, right? Though I don't really fault a lot of game companies for not listening. Because sometimes when game companies go public, which I don't know if there are any, right? It makes sense to listen to the shareholders rather than the players, because these people are giving the studio money more often than enough. Like, there are a lot of the decisions made by the shareholders are terrible. NTE, what's that? Oh yeah, we're waiting for Ananta. I wonder what Ananta's gonna be like. Arknight's Enfield. There's still a lot of issues with Enfield currently. So I'm hoping that they'll address all of them. What I like about Enfield is that it is different from what you expect of an action combat exploration gacha. They want to make it unique to their own, but the tower defense part of the game is a little bit finicky. Like, you can place down turrets and stuff, which is your tower defense. That's like the tower defense element of the game. But they really have to do a little bit more research on that to see how they can balance everything out, because it's not... I heard that it's not the best. Nothing to Everness. Oh, right. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link? Didn't that one already come out? Or was that like chain something? Hey, hands rendered, kind of? Thanks for the stretch and hydrate, Hwasa. Azir Promelia. Enfield's the only gacha I'm interested in. Oh, I did read that already, didn't I? What was the other Kingdom Hearts gacha game that was already out? I remember that one fell hard. Interesting concepts, though. You're hungry? Is there a nearby vending machine near you, Hwasa? Go get your food. Union X Cross. It was even like the main game story-wise. Union X Cross. You know what I find that's really funny is that I guess is Kingdom Hearts Square Enix, or is it Disney, or is it both? First of all, I need that question answered. Fried rice stall outside. Go, Wasa, go. Get your fried rice. Don't starve. Almost done cooking my spaghetti. You guys are all having food without me? Zoom in. Oh, there's someone at the door. No! I'll be right back. Oh man, guys. I'm back. Hello. Yeah, I was saying that the driver is always so nice to me. He reminds me of Mr. Rogers. He always says good morning. Yay! So, okay, so Kingdom Hearts is Square Enix and Final Fantasy. So I have a hot take, is that Final Fantasy and Square Enix, I feel like they both don't really know what a good gacha game entails. And there's nobody on the team that knows how to design a good gacha game, so it feels like all the gacha games that they've made so far is kind of mid. Or like whoever is designing gacha games has only played FGO. Not hot. Yeah, like Final Fantasy has a gacha game that nobody plays. The other what is it? The other Kingdom Hearts gacha game is kind of mid. Is Octopath Square Enix too? Is Octopath Square Enix? It is. See, Octopath's gacha game is closing its servers soon. You enjoyed the Octopath Traveler gacha? I knew a lot of people who played, but I guess there's just not enough for it to be profitable. They need to be really innovative with it. Because, like, a gacha game should be your cash cow, no? It should be the thing where that gives you the most money. It was really fair for gacha. No wonder it died. Let's pray for Olympus Company that it doesn't die. Ubisoft made an NFT game. This is the first time I've heard of it. What happened there? Who pitched the idea? Who thought an NFT game would be a good idea? There's no way. I think Olympus is going to last maybe a year or two. I do think that Project Moon excels in its storytelling. So I can't imagine that they would keep updating Olympus Company. And if I was the dev team, if I was part of Project Moon, I would love to keep working on new projects. Right? Like, even if Olympus Company is my baby, if I could say that, if I was a part of the dev team, right? As a creator, I can't just keep working on one thing all the time. Some Gen Z intern? Some Gen Z intern? Wait, what's the context? If anything kills Limbus, it will be the fanbase taking PM for granted. Yeah. No, you're right. Olympus Company is really generous. I've never seen a gacha game like Olympus Company before. Kim Ji-hoon would shut the game down himself because he tells a story, then will leave to work on the next project. Yeah. Okay, coming from just a casual player, I'm not hardcore when it comes to Olympus Company, but like, I wouldn't want Olympus Company to stay open for that long. Like, especially if, I guess even if I was a hardcore fan of Olympus Company, or a hardcore fan of PM games, I'm not. But I'm just putting myself in the shoes of someone who is. I probably would rather the dev team work on something new for me to consume rather than only work on Olympus Company and only keep doing gacha for the rest of however long that they survive in the game industry. Because wouldn't you guys want another Library of Ruina? Wouldn't you guys want, like, a reboot of LobCorp? I could have cat like. This Pokemon. Stellar Blade Gacha? What do you want, Stellar Blade Gacha? Like, I don't know if I would want Stellar Blade Gacha. Like, the thing with gacha is that I don't really want a gacha based on an existing IP. I like it when all of the characters, the entire story is new. Something I haven't seen before. I don't think I'll be able to be there for Helldivers. It's okay, we'll have more Helldivers, don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. I hope that you do prioritize whatever you need to do. I always say this for my streams. Because I stream almost every day. I don't really expect you guys to be here every day. Like, even though I love watching my Kamiyoshi and I love watching my Oshis and whatnot, but even I myself don't watch them every day or any time, the entire time that they stream. And that's what the streams are supposed to be, right? Like, just keep them in the background. An inflation of redeems. Thanks for the head pad. It's because my head pads are not working. Oh. Let me fix that. Yeah, we do need inflation with redeems. Okay. You hopped into Helldivers 2 and there's Illuminates in the Terminate sector? What's going on? We're almost done. Okay, I just need to render the tail a little bit more and then do the bubble tea cup. As much as I want to be there for Wednesday night streams for my Oshis, I miss them because work. It sucks, but like, thing with streamers is that their VODs will almost always be there, right? So you can always watch the VODs. Live just hits different. Yeah, I guess, no, you're kind of right there. You are missing the interactions, the chat interactions. I think that's fun. Like vibing with the community. I guess for me, I'm more of a VOD watcher. A big part of streaming is interacting with streamer and chat members. Oh, thanks for the stretch and hydrate. No, you're right. Oh yeah, I was talking about the redeem inflation earlier. But I do think that this needs to be a thing because I'm getting, you guys are redeeming stretch and hydrate almost every 10 minutes. So like if it's not you redeeming, it's someone else in chat who is. One day this number might go higher. Pump those numbers up to 500. I've been in chats where the number for stretch and hydrate is like 800. There's already cooldown on redeems. There was like a 10-minute cooldown. Right? Should we make it like 30 minutes? Maybe 30 minutes would be better. $15 to $20. $30 minutes is a lot. Really? One sip every 30 minutes? One sip of water, one stretch every 30 minutes? That's pretty normal. That's pretty normal, no? That's like 5 to 6 redeem for a stream. That's normal. You would have even more people with more points if they aren't using it, which is why I'm saying we gotta keep increasing it. Which is why we need We need the stretch and hydrate to be like 500. $600. What's wrong with people having points? Because what if one day I'm like, okay guys, I want to put up a redeem that costs like 100k, right? There's gonna be people that have been saving up for that 100k, but I want people to save up for it. Decreases frequency? That's exactly what I want. Because I'm not a Tamagotchi, guys. I'm not just drinking water whenever you guys tell me to drink water. I'm drinking water even when you guys aren't redeeming the stretch and hydrate. I've been stretching sometimes even without you guys redeeming it. Right? I have 94,000 channel points. See, we're already there. We're already there. This is why we gotta increase it. Thanks for the stretch and hydrate. We can't have a stretch and hydrate every 10 minutes. Thank you. Ah. Ah. It's time to zoom in. Heard water? That's right, you did. You should also drink water anytime I'm drinking water. It's only fair, right? I can't be the only one with that has to use the bathroom once I reach my limit. Like, everybody has to go on this bladder exploding journey with me. Stretch and hydrate every second of the day. Every second? That's crazy. Like every half an hour is what the doctor usually recommends. I hydrate not with you, don't worry. I'm worrying. What does that mean? What do you mean by I hydrate not with you? I typed while cooking. Focus on your food. Don't burn anything. Just in case. Makes me want to do some waterboarding. We haven't done that. Okay, it's gonna be every half an hour. The moment you start that waterboarding, it's going up. They told me an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so I decided to eat 3,600. It's called an apple a day, not like 3,600 apples a day. That's not how the saying goes. That is too much sugar for your body. What are your days like that you're eating like 3,600 work apples. Those are some long ass days. Weird daytime metric that you have there. Your reverse screen overlay is so cool. Yeah, you like it? So if you want to know the trick, get the 3D effect plugin for OBS, and then take the source, add another source for the drawing, then skew it, and then add a transparency under color correction. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, especially when you're throwing it at them. The poor doctors don't deserve this. They're just trying to save lives here, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna pelt apples at your face. Treat your doctors well, guys. They're just doing the job. Right, you're in like you're sort of in the health field as well. See, what if like you were to come and rescue me from some burning building, and the first thing I do when I see you is to start pelting things at you? That's not a good feeling. Gonna go for now. Have a good one, Ark. Alright, bye, Natsuki. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. I've had worse things thrown at me. What's the worst thing? I can handle it. If you wanted a good feeling, maybe you shouldn't have been in that fire. This is victim blaming. Mods ban him. Sometimes, Nico, these things aren't your choice. They just happen to happen. Sometimes the building just burns. May I please see the full drawing progress? I'm actually drawing on one layer. The way, I don't know if you guys can see. You can see my layers here. Here. I'm just gonna show you my progress because this is gonna be... This is what I usually do. I usually just draw whatever figure shape I need, right? In this case, we can do someone cute like Crystal Milty. Let's actually change the spine. I usually just do this. It's a really rough sketch, and then I end up painting over everything. And then I put the color on, and then I start molding and shaping. So this type of process is like the paint over process, where you don't even do line art at all. For my character concept services that I do on VGen, I usually do line art, and I only do line art. Then I use the fill tool to fill in the color. One layer? Yeah, I'm one layer. The eyes though is actually not one layer. The eyes, I did it on multiple layers. So the purple that you see here, this was on a separate layer that was merged in. This was on a lower opacity layer, and then I merged it in later on. This here, these are overlays. Is the overlay, yeah, the overlay blending type. The blue, the darker blue was multiply. But I don't like having so many layers on the side at once because I'm gonna end up coloring over everything anyway. So once I'm finished the eyes, I usually just merge everything. Thanks for the follow, Trevi. Unless you're doing vector 1 layer is purely mad. The rest is 1 layer. I lied. This one, if you're using Clip Studio, right, the glow dodge is absolutely insane. So like, for instance, oh, I already have a glow dodge layer here. Oh, I used it for, yeah, I used it for the highlight on the balls. I'm just merging it in. But this is my favorite blending type because what it does is, for instance, you have the airbrush tool and you use glow dodge instead of, I know a lot of people use add or they use add glow or soft light or whatnot, but like glow dodge just gives it a nice second color fade right under the light, right? So if there's like some reds inside the hair, you're gonna see it. So that's just my drawing tip. See, like with the blue, if I were to put a glow dodge layer on top of it, you can see that there's a clear line around light and it gives it a second color. But that's how I usually do the hair, because I like seeing the little bits of red popping out. And then you don't have to go in with like an overlay layer or like another color layer to add that color in, because the glow dodge just does it for you. Like that. Now it's like pink around. And the light itself, hold on. If I were to use white, you can still see like the yellow, right? If I use like green as the light, you're gonna see a ring of green. But then it's still gonna be white in the middle. It's nice. I like it. Someone threw their colostomy bag at me. I've had a TV pushed down a staircase towards me. Holy shit, some guy tried to hit me with a guitar. Wait, hold on. Don't they know that you're there for reasons? Like they just don't want you to come in, or what's the context? Like, why? I was kidding when I said that, you know, that people throw things at you. I didn't actually think that people would. Like, to that extreme. Your job scares me. Any industry where servicing other people is scary. Some people out there are kind of insane. Like if you're in the food industry, or if you're working in, I don't know, like any sort of like clothing industry, and you're working in the service, working in service, and you gotta deal with like the Karens and the people who are a little bit unreasonable. I worked with a lot of people that were in construction. There's a lot of people in construction who don't value safety, so like I'm always butting heads with people who say that they don't need training because they know what they're doing. And it's not that I don't believe them, but sometimes there's protocols, and it's just to make sure that it's confirmed that they know what they're doing. Like sometimes you don't need to prove anything to people, but like when you are working in a more dangerous field, you kind of have to tell people that yes, you are licensed, that yes, you know what you're doing, through paperwork rather than just saying it. Safety is most important in construction. A lot of people in construction don't feel that way. Like safety helmets? What's that? I'm only gonna wear one when my supervisor's here because it's uncomfortable. And next thing you know, something like lands on them and they get a concussion. I'll literally not go into any structure without a helmet. Yeah, that's like the most important thing. Because sometimes brain damage is permanent. Most oftentimes, brain damage is permanent. Not sometimes, it's almost always. Like your brain can accommodate for you know, like the loss of matter, of brain matter, by creating new neural connections in your brain, but it'll never be the same physically. Yeah, only sometimes. If you happen to injure your brain is physically permanently physically injured. Like it doesn't really fix itself in a way that you think. Like it can build more neural connections, it can form new connections, but it can't physically put itself back together. So if you're missing a chunk of your brain, you're always going to be missing a chunk of your brain. You don't want to be the reason that no accident streaks ends. Oh man, one of my first scenes was doing overhaul and I had a ceiling pulled down on me by accident. Holy shit. That's scary. That is scary. Thank you for the follow, Jin Curry. Welcome in. Thank God it was like by accident. Imagine like someone did it on purpose. Murder. Murder. I had a brief period in my life where I was volunteering in a speech rehab clinic. Some of the things we were treating were traumatic brain injuries and certain types of strokes. The brain is so fascinating to learn about. I've been listening to... The reason why I know some of these brain things is... I don't work in, like, the brain field, but I've been listening to talks by various neurologists. I don't know, the brain is just a really fascinating subject to me. And sometimes the stuff that you hear from them is crazy. It's like, oh, these things... You don't realize that some things happen, but they do. I'm one of the bigger advocates of safety protocols. That is good. I think safety should always be valued. Like, yes, it can be annoying at times. Yes, it takes a lot of time to put on gear. But I think a lot of people don't realize that there's actually a lot of, I hate to say this, but there's a lot of deaths that happen in, like the more dangerous, what's it called? Jobs out there. That was one of the reasons why my old company came to be, is because actually our boss, like the founder of the company, used to work in the construction field. And the amount of accidents and deaths that he's seen in the workplace was immense. And he said that, okay, it's time we put an end to it. We need to make sure people stop dying. It's very bizarre to see the way a brain can lose function. There was a man who had a traumatic brain injury, and we were assigned to read an article at 3rd grade, reading level. You could hold a conversation, but the guy was totally unable to comprehend what he was reading even moments after reading it. That's really interesting. It's like a memory thing, right? I actually don't know. I'm just making assumptions. It really is strange how our brain works. The other thing I was learning is that no matter how much you listen to people talk about ideas, and no matter how much you, I guess not just talking, but like going to courses and listening to people speak on certain topics, you don't really process a lot of that information. You probably process like 50% of that information at most. Which is why, like, the input of information is kind of, I think we rely too much on it. Warnix area? Warnix area? I just got here. I was looking to learn more about shading, but I'm also a biology grad student who just finished her neuroscience final. Oh, we have someone here who knows what they're talking about. Yeah, I was talking about brains because I find the subject really interesting, but I'm not a neuroscientist, and I'm not a neurology student. I'm an art student. Hashtag Neuralink. Biochemistry person, an area of the brain I learned about while doing my final. Ah, I see. I think there's still a lot about the brain that we need to study up on. There's still a lot of things that we don't know about. I think only recently have we really talked about like how we, how do I say it? Like what causes certain brain injuries, what causes brain diseases. Like we have all these cures and remedies and treatments and stuff, but not really any idea of how things happen. Hearing news about the brain things below the sea in outer space is always exciting. Yeah, like black holes. I think black holes are a really interesting topic. My friend quit his construction engineer job after he saw one accident he couldn't go back to, thinking about it was his fault. It was just one crane operator not being careful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear about that. I feel like sometimes some of these things are preventable in the workspace. A lot of things are very preventable in the workspace. But if one person goes, oh, I feel lazy today, I don't feel like going through the entire procedure, I don't feel like, I don't know. It's too much work to do this one thing. I'm only gonna be here for 5 minutes. Something could go wrong. Oh, Wernix area? Okay, hold on. Global Aphasis? These are words to me. What is that? What are these fancy words? Aphasia? A neurological impediment to speech. Oh. Interesting. At least you can draw hands. See, this is all part of biology too. Learning the anatomy of a hand. Wait, isn't that something that you guys have to do too as biology students? Like, I don't know the specific names of every single bone there is in the body, but I know where the joints are supposed to be, how it connects to the longer bones. Okay, honestly, learning about anatomy, learning about muscles, how muscles work, how they contract, and what's the other word? Not contract? And bones is one of the most fun things in art. It's one of the most fun things to learn. And I wouldn't say it's the process of learning it, it's after learning it, you realize the importance of learning it is, like what the importance of it is. And then applying it to art, that's the fun part. Because then you start going, oh, this makes sense now. Like, I understand why the collarbones are connected, are like this. Because this has to connect to the shoulder joints. And there's a muscle here. connecting from the ear to this area, and also another one. Isn't that fascinating? Ultimias, welcome and thank you for the follow. By grammatically correct gibberish, I mean they use completely incorrect phrases, but they are strung together grammatically correctly. The what? I feel like I just had an aneurysm reading that. That was a poem that you put there. There was like a tongue twister in a poem. I think I have to sit down and analyze that a little bit more before I could fully understand what you're trying to say. That was a addendum to the prior thing I had said. Okay. Yeah, I need coffee. I need coffee. Thank you for this stretch and hydrate. Okay, now I feel like you're just messing with me. Something about feline calculations, coconut birds. Oh no. You can hear that I'm doing better now. Yeah, streaming really helps. I woke up feeling stressed. Hi, Bobby. How are you? I woke up feeling stressed and thinking, shit, I have a lot of work to do. And I think as I'm working and I'm getting more work done, the stress goes away because the source of my stress is work. So as long as I finish everything, and the closer to completion that I am with work, I become happier. But I think the rest of this drawing just requires some bit of cleanup and I'm pretty much done. Like there's some stray particles here and there. Some bits of color sticking out where it's not supposed to stick out. Some places that need a bit of outline. But I think this works as a first work in progress. Then I can start on my next commissions and work on some other ones that I haven't touched in a while. I'm thinking of closing off my commissions for now. I'll put out an announcement later today. If you guys want to commission me for anything, just do it quickly. Because I am thinking of closing it off because things are piling up and I don't like it when work starts piling up. Plus I'm working on a few personal projects that I haven't started yet. Some fun ones. Okay. Is the boba falling? Or is it not level because the object is tilted? I'm trying to make it a little bit more dynamic by adding a bit of motion to it, but I need to make sure that this looks like boba tea and it doesn't look like anything else, which is why I wanted to add some tapioca here. Though it doesn't really necessarily make sense out of the context of, you know, gravity and momentum. As long as it looks like there is tapioca and bubbles in here, I'm satisfied. Google Wernicke's aphasia video. You'll see. Okay, this will be the video that I watch while I'm eating lunch. This is my lunch video. Why is it the first thing I see when I search it up is what? How do you even know how to pronounce this word? Encephalopathy? What? Broca's aphasia video as well. A stroke survivor with fluent aphasia. Okay, and the other one is... That's brain swelling. Just brain tissue? There's expressive aphasia. Also known as expressive aphasia, non-fluent aphasia, a language disorder that affects a person's ability to produce speech. Huh. This reminds me of this one VTuber, this one content creator. His name is Joseph Sar, and he mentions that he's had a brain injury. He had a stroke, actually. He had a stroke. And then it caused him to not be able to speak properly. So he started really learning how to perfect language to the point where he can actually hold a regular conversation, and now he's a language expert. Gotta get some things down for the day. I'll see you around. Okay, bye, Clock. Thanks for hanging out. Encephalated. What? Phallatus? Is a swelling. Oh, okay. I'm learning a lot of new things today. I feel like for every single art stream or just chatting, I'm always learning about something new. I think that's really cool. That's the one cool thing about streaming, is that all you guys always come into chat with like fascinating topics. This time about like the brain. Last time we talked about birds. Different types of birds. But also, I think that's why I really appreciate not just like, you know, the whole stream, like me streaming. I like watching people's streams too, because it feels like there's a podcast in the background. It's like listening to a podcast where people talk about random things. And you can just keep it in the background while you're working. Like, I strive to be a background streamer. And I want people to feel like that it's okay to put me in the background when I'm streaming. Which is why I don't expect people to be here to give me their full attention through like the whole 2 to 3 hours of streaming. There was one patient I worked with who had that's not apraxia. Apraxia? Aphasia? Apraxia? How do I pronounce that word? An ability to plan the complex mouth movements that produce speech from a stroke. And it seemed so frustrating. This woman had a PhD and you could tell she was blindingly intelligent and she just couldn't make words come out. Apraxia. Okay, apraxia. Okay, that's different from aphasia. I think I have a little bit of trouble with that too. I've been practicing a lot. I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot of books out loud. Because throughout my entire life, I just wasn't very good at talking. And I was in a household. I lived with people who... I guess it's just my culture kind of thing, where people didn't... They appreciated silence more than they appreciate opinions and... in language. And so, like, throughout my entire life, I didn't really talk much. Because it was like, you would get praised if you were quiet. And so, I never really got to practice how to talk. And I'm like, okay, I think now is the time to really look into it. I'm not good at talking. My brain moves faster than my mouth. How do I articulate my thoughts better? In a more coherent sense? Because a lot of times there would be moments where, like, I want to say something, but I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to put it into words. They're just feelings that I have. Her attempts at speech were very effortless and would come out sounding like, oh, like that. A megaverse. She had issues with things like where to put her tongue in her mouth when talking, when to breathe, when to vocalize, making her vocal cords vibrate. That's interesting. It's strange how our brains work. Oh, Megaverse discourse hitting the VTuber mainstream. We did. That reminds me. We did have a stream where we talked about the Megaverse. Just to clarify, I wasn't the one who brought it up. It wasn't me. This is not my thing. Like, though I know of it, I'm not a connoisseur. I'm not an Omegaverse connoisseur. Who is- oh shit, it's Crystal Milty! Hello! Oh, welcome in. Yeah, I'm drawing- guys, the star of the show is here. Crystal Milty. This is her, I'm drawing her. Yeah, who is that? But I'm almost done. I was actually working on- I was hoping that you wouldn't join my stream. I was hoping that you wouldn't see this. I tried to make it as not obvious as possible that it wasn't- that it was you. By even in the Twitter preview, I made it black and white. But you can't tell, right? You didn't come here from Twitter. You came here from other things. Tell me that I did a good job of hiding it. Yeah, caught drawing homies in 4K. This is Crystal's comfy mode, her comfy outfit. She's usually wearing her idol outfit on stream. This is her 1.0 model. Is that am I Delulu? No, pretend you didn't come from Twitter. Just tell me I did a good job of hiding it. It's not you, it's someone who looks like you. Crystal doesn't wear this outfit on stream. Yeah, just a doppelganger, someone who looks like her. Anyways, what's for lunch, guys? I know some of you guys have been cooking while listening to this stream. Some of you guys are probably done eating. I need some food inspo. Spaghetti. Oh yeah, you did mention spaghetti. Like plain, it can't be plain spaghetti, right? It has to be spaghetti with something. Unless you're insane and you just love eating plain boiled pasta. No hate. If you love plain boiled pasta, it's... go for it. You ate it just now. Like, you're done? But where's mine? You guys want me to starve. I came in from follow channels and have no recollection of when I followed the stream. Happy to be here though. Happy to have you here. It's always more fun with more noise. The more the merrier. I came into this stream expecting, or I pressed the start stream button expecting to be working for a majority of the time. But I'm glad that I'm not. I'm glad that I am, I mean, I guess I am working majority of the time, but like just working and not talking as much. I had a chicken with tomato base. Interesting. I guess there's not really a name for that type of spaghetti. It's just throw in whatever you have. Tomato based sauce. So it's like beef and tomatoes, like bolognese, but it's not beef. Roast beef sandwich. Okay, I'm gonna have a roasted turkey sandwich. That's my lunch. I got my ideas. I bought an overpriced wok earlier this year and have been using it to make spicy beef stir fry. Spicy beef stir fry? A wok? I want a wok. I mean, technically I have a wok, but I never... It's with my sister. And we used to live in a... Well, kinda did. I used to live with her, which is a tiny-ass condo. And it's hard to bring out the wok and wash it because we also have a tiny-ass sink. But that's like another goal that I have in life is to own a wok. A big one. So now we got an air fryer on the list, on the checklist, and we also have a wok. Oh, I rated someone while you were watching and clicked my page. Oh. Thank you for the follow 4 days ago. I appreciate it. Sometimes I forget who's followed me until they've chatted a few times in stream. Like, it gets hard to keep track. I'm gonna erase this one. He's too big! It's too big! I like how this brush makes it so that they're kind of, it looks like they're kind of faded around the tapioca, because you know when you get tapioca in boba tea, it's not, they kind of disintegrate after a while, the edges do, so it's a little bit blurry. I think this might not work. Oh yeah, one of you guys said don't forget to save, and I forgot about that. I just remembered that comment now. Okay, I saved. I have saved. Good night, Ark. It's nice watching you draw. Good night, Nero. Have a good rest. Sleep tight. Tight and taut. I don't think I've heard any keyboard sounds this whole time. What? Can you hear this? Not even when I was typing in, what was it? Warnix? Aphasia video? Can you hear this? You hear it? Okay, that's good. Oh, thank you for the stretch and hydrate. There's a few keyboard sounds. I'm not typing the entire way through, but like at any time I type like Control Z on the keyboard, Control Z on the keyboard, or when I'm picking out colors, you'll hear it, or when I'm changing the brush size, you'll hear it. I was continuing my solo semi-death Helldivers 2 run and was trying to resupply. Then I looked to the side and saw a cannon after my body was gone. That's like your... That's how you play Helldivers, no? You're doing your own thing. Next minute you're dead. That's usually my Helldivers experience. Actually, I lie. I'm barely doing the dying. I think I'm the one with the cannon. I'm the one killing people. Not on purpose. Usually by accident. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here for now. I want to take a small break from drawing. The only thing that needs a bit of work now is just the tail. It's a little bit messy, but I'm gonna send this in to see if there's any revisions needed before I can continue. Yippee! Okay. Small break? Yeah, small break, and then I'm gonna have lunch, and then I'm gonna end stream, and then work on this again, but not on stream. Where's us? Ah. Here we go. Alrighty. Time to work on my commission. My commission? My commission? You have a commission? Not with me, right? I don't see it with me. Thank you for the stream, no problem. I'm just here to chill for a bit. Everybody get up and stretch. Stretch your legs. Yeah, we were talking about fascia earlier. You have to stretch out your fascia because otherwise it's gonna keep growing and then it's gonna be really hard to stretch. Wait, you're still here, Clock? Didn't you say you had stuff to do? What happened? Yeah, well, welcome back. Oh, you were getting ready. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for like another 5 minutes. I'm just gonna chill now. I need to reset my brain because I'm still thinking about art and drawing and brushes. I had stream pulled up while I was getting ready. Joni Baguette! Whoa, it's Joni! Hello. Welcome in. Why are you here? Here to hang out for 5 minutes? The French man. That's usually what I do too. Sometimes when I'm getting ready, I go into chat and I go, I gotta go, but I'm not I'm not actually gone yet. Just got home. Wait, is it morning for you? Is it morning for you? You know what's really awkward is when you say bye to a friend. You say bye to a friend and then you both end up walking in the same direction. Oh, it's 12 p.m. So, okay, same time zone. I didn't know where you were. And then it gets even more awkward when, like, they clearly don't want to talk to you anymore. And they start walking faster. Or when you're like, oh, I've had one situation before that happened to me where I was talking to someone and then, like, we're not really that close, but we were talking and then we said bye to each other. We walked to the same bus stop. And then the bus was there, of course, and I'm like, okay, thank God. We didn't have to wait, right, by each other and keep talking. And then once we got into the bus, we decided to sit on like completely like the opposite ends of the bus. Like we didn't talk at all. And the most awkward thing is that I didn't even realize that she lived close to me. I wouldn't say, like, she didn't really live near me, but we both had the same bus stop, like our final destination. And then we got off at the same time. Yeah, I think after that encounter, I was like, I don't know if we can become really good friends. Because clearly we were both trying to avoid each other as much as possible, and there was not enough chemistry there for us to be like, yeah, let's hang out again. Especially after that really awkward encounter. That's why you should ask which way they're going before you say bye. I've learned from that, and now I do ask. After that incident, I was like, I can't do that anymore. Like, As in, that situation can't happen anymore. I refuse. I refuse to be put there. I do that on my way out of work. We say bye, but there's only one exit out of the workspace. I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't really like going to office, because there's always awkward encounters. Proceeds to walk 2 miles in the same direction. Yup. Man, that was really embarrassing. I feel like you guys would just be like, "Ayo, go in the same direction." I think nowadays I would say that, but back then when I was more awkward, I was an awkward teenager. That never crossed my mind, and I think the other person was the same as well. Like, we were both more antisocial, and we both didn't want to talk to people, so it became super awkward. Once I was at an airport and I was lost trying to find the right line. Found a guy, asked him if this is the right line. We ended up talking for 2 hours and said bye when it was time to board. Turns out we were on the same plane. And as we were boarding, like in the plane, I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" Guy will literally talk for hours without asking a name. You know, at least you guys weren't like sitting next to each other. Antisocial or asocial? What's the difference? What is asocial? What's antisocial? I've learned I'm more asocial than antisocial. Isn't that the same thing? That's not the same thing. Now that because you brought it up, I'm assuming it's not the same thing. I've never heard of asocial before. I might be a bartender, but that is something even I wouldn't mix. The what? I lost you, Danish. Like ask for a name? The antisocial or the asocial? It doesn't sound the same thing. I know, but like the meaning, right? Is the same thing? Okay, so asocial is you prefer solitude. Antisocial is where you actively go out of your way to oppose social norms. Hurtful with intent. Hurtful? I didn't know that hurtful goes hand in hand with antisocial. I never want to be hurtful. I guess in that case, I'm asocial, but it's weird, right? Because it's not a very commonly used word to go up to people, and when you talk about yourself, I doubt you tell people that you're antisocial, but like, if that situation ever does pop up, that you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm asocial," right? Then you're gonna have to go out of your way to explain what that means. So wouldn't it be better to just be like, "I'm antisocial"? Like, you see someone, you walk in the opposite direction. Antisocial versus looking down with headphones. Okay, now it sounds like it's under the same umbrella. Now it sounds like it's the same thing, but just one is a lot more inconsiderate. Right? Like, I would hate to make it look like I'm actively trying to avoid you. The differentiator is the intent. Okay. No, I see. I see the difference now. The intent. I feel like most people would be asocial then, rather than antisocial. Like, I see a person X-Ark, and I know you're going to X coffee shop, so I got Y coffee shop. The what? You're going to Y coffee shop because I'm at X coffee shop? That's antisocial, right? Antisocial personality disorder, ASPD, is an adult diagnosis characterized by a persistent pattern of disregard for and violation of others' rights, beginning in childhood or early adolescence. Disregard for and violation of others' rights. That doesn't sound good. Now I'm forever going to be like, I never want to associate myself with an antisocial personality because I feel like that's not me. I don't think that's me. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I wouldn't say it directly. And I wouldn't try to be offensive about it. It feels like one doesn't have motivation to socialize, but doesn't mind it while other one avoids it. But here's the thing, right? Like, I actively try to avoid it. And I also don't have the motivation to. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, I don't feel like talking to you. Because I feel like, first of all, that's disrespectful. And second of all, I can also benefit from talking to someone even though, like, I don't really want to. Right? I get so miffed, but when seeing people wear the antisocial social club brand... Right, there is a brand called the antisocial social brand. I've always questioned that brand name. Hot take, I never liked that brand name. Hot take, I never liked that brand. But I get the appeal. Asocial, the lack of social drive, that's not science-based, that's just how I describe myself. Oh, that's more things I gotta consider. Is, my labels. Not really. I feel like still to this day, if I go out and we do end up talking about like personality and stuff, I'd still throw out the word antisocial because I feel like most people don't really know the difference between the two. But I think it's also good to know that there is a difference. This is my first time finding out the definition of what asocial means. I actually haven't even heard this word before today. Just educate them, X-Ark, hit them with the learning stick. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever do that. Because I feel like already, like me going out there and saying I'm an introvert is already, there's already enough educating by just saying that I'm an introvert. Because half the people, more than half the people, like 80% of the people, the population is always just assumes that it means I'm shy, and I'm like, no, I'm not shy, I just don't want to talk. What if I just say I'm an introvert? Wouldn't that be easier than going like I'm asocial? Yeah, there we go, okay. Now I don't even need to use the words antisocial or asocial. Now I can just say that, yeah, I'm an introvert. Welcome to the LGBTQ plus umbrella. Yeah. There's a lot of, I think a lot of the things are on a spectrum. Roast turkey now, I can hear your stomach. No, you guys are held hostage, you can't leave. You're stuck here forever. Is that you telling me that I should go? That you hate being here? You hate being in my streams? Hit him with the drum. Oh my god. Just don't say anything, then we'll figure it out. Danish, you hate me. Are we stuck or you're stuck with us? I don't know, that's a good question. Who hurt you? You! You hurt me! Now I'm gonna cry. I barely got my autism spectrum diagnosis and only as an adult. Barely qualified, what even is true normal? Everybody is on a spectrum. This is what I believe, right? Like, even if you're not a true autist, there is a part of you that is a slightly autistic. Thank you for the 5 gifted Danish. Damn, I didn't mean to go that hard on you, but thank you so much. Did you just straight up use the tism? Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum somewhere. I don't know how far down I am, but I'm pretty sure I am. I think even we were talking about, what was it? The pathology test on another stream. And I was saying how I made my family do the test, and my tism was the highest, and everybody in the family was like, yep, we can see that. Pretty obvious. Pretty accurate. Yeah, everyone is there somewhere. Even, like, you could be, like, very low, you could be very high. I sometimes feel like I get along with people who are higher. They're just like me, for real, for real. I feel like a lot of art and science people are blanket neurodivergent. Maybe. I'm not sure. I can't hold a strong opinion on that until I actually see the research. I got the Project Moontism because of the mathtism. I'm like the opposite, where I hate math. I hate it so much. I think before this time, like maybe like years ago, like I would actively avoid math. Diagnosed, undiagnosed, but peer-reviewed is one of my favorite shirts, but I feel shame wearing it in public. You can wear it at home. I mean, you can always unlearn shame. You could be one of those people that just wears whatever you want outside. Who cares what people think? Wearing clothes at home is like wearing a bra at home. Do you just go full commando at home? It's just like me, for real, for real. I'm kidding. No? Not full. It's like half. Anyways, yeah, I should really go now. I should eat now. I think we've gone on to territories where that I don't really feel like talking about that much. It's still interesting. I just don't want to delve too deep into it before it gets a little bit crazy. 30 more seconds for 2 hours. Then you can go. You mean 3 hours? Oh no, because our stream crashed. Our stream crashed at around the 1 hour point. No, that makes sense. 30 more seconds. That was 30 seconds, right? Alright. Well, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta fill my stomach. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love pathology. Me too. Alright, goodbye. Bye-bye.